The following is a presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. It's time for Liberty Flames softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
The Flames win! Savannah Jesse walks it off, and Liberty wins the Conference USA Championship in their first season.
The defending Conference USA champions.
Line drive down the right field line. Brooke Roberts, touch them all. Home run Liberty. The Flames take a 3-1 lead over Georgia.
4 straight NCAA regionals. This year, the Lady Flames have their sights set on making another postseason run.
Deep to left center field. The park is not going to hold it. Rachel Roop with a 2-run home run to give the Flames a 3-0 lead at LSU.
Follow Lady Flames softball all season long right here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Line drive, third base. Rachel Crane makes the catch. Base clearing double for Bryn McManus. The Flames lead 7-3.
Swung high fly ball, hit deep to left. That ball is out of here, and that's a walk-off winner.
This is Liberty University softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. You're locked into the Flames on Deck Circle, powered by Segra. Stay tuned for an in-depth look at today's game, including our pregame chat with Lady Flames head coach Dot Richardson. Liberty Softball is brought to you by Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. Learn more at segra.com. By Carter Bank, life lived full. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Freedom First Credit Union, start banking for good with Freedom First today. Carl Miller Realty, caring, competent, trusted advisors. And by Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Time now for the Flames on Deck Circle, powered by Segra. Now we take you to the ballpark for exclusive pregame coverage of Liberty softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Hello, everyone. Welcome into Bowling Green, Kentucky, where the Liberty Lady Flames are trying to win back-to-back Conference USA championships. Jamie Hall, Joe Carmany with you on the broadcast today. The number 1 seeded Liberty Flames, 46-12 on the year. 23-3 was their regular season mark that got them the number 1 seed. JAX State, they're the number 3 seed, 37-20 overall record. They were 15-11 in the regular season in CUSA. Flames mentioned trying to get the back-to-back titles, which would be the first time that that's happened in Conference USA since 2011 when ECU did it. Liberty also looking for their 7th overall conference championship. Dot Richardson has made 6 conference finals appearances in her 12 seasons as head coach. On the flip side, JAX State, they've got a rich history of softball as well. 7 conference titles in the OVC, 2 at-large bids. Their last appearance was 2018, and they went all the way to the Supers in 2009. So, Joe, when you look at kind of, if you're a history buff, if you look at kind of the last 20 years of college softball and the best teams in the mid-major level, you got 2 of them playing for a title today. Different routes getting here. The Flames had to go into the loser's bracket to win a game. Last night, went 10 innings, a 2-1 victory against La Tech. Late bedtime, at least much later than JAX State. They beat the Flames early in the day yesterday, 7-2, to go straight into the championship game. So they've got no blemishes on their record. The Flames have the 1 loss to JAX State, but in this format, it's winner take all. There's 1 game today. The Flames don't have to play, and if necessary, there is no doubleheader. You win the first game, you win the title.
Which really benefited the Lady Flames last year. Same situation, came through that loser's bracket and beat Western Kentucky in 9 innings in the walk-off home run or walk-off double by Savannah Jesse. So Lady Flames have definitely been in this position before. Majority of the starting lineup has seen these pressure-packed innings. Even last night, it felt that carried them through the last couple innings.
No doubt about it. Elena Escobar pitched all 10. Well, she didn't have – well, no, she did. She had to complete 10 full innings and got the victory. You couldn't ask much more from her. We'll talk to Coach Dot Richardson about that. Flames got just enough hitting to win that ball game. There were a lot of chances that they might have been able to win it earlier, but in fairness, La Tech had some chances as well to win the ball game that the Flames were able to get out of late in the game and into the extra innings of the game. We'll have a look at the lineups as well as the pitching matchup coming up here in just a little bit. But right now we'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll get the thoughts of head coach Dot Richardson here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Fostering warm moments for 100 years, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services throughout Central Virginia and surrounding areas. From propane to fireplaces and tank installs to tankless water heaters, Foster does it all. Visit fosterfuels.com or download the app to order fuel, pay your bill, and more. Get the customer service you deserve and turn up the heat with Foster Fuels and the Liberty Flames.
Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. With a focus on honesty, education, and excellence, they light the way to savings, home comfort, and a greener future. Educating homeowners about the power of solar and energy efficiency is their winning game plan. More information about Earthright Mid-Atlantic, 434-200-9716 or at erepower.com.
This is Lady Flame Softball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. The excitement of Lady Flame Softball is on the way. Now the on-deck circle, powered by Segro, rolls on with the pregame thoughts of Liberty head coach Dot Richardson, presented by Earthright Mid-Atlantic.
Well, Coach, it wasn't the exact route that you wanted to get to the championship game. One extra game that you had to play yesterday, and it ended up being, of course, an extra inning game into the night and kind of cut down the rest time a little bit. But at the end of the day, you're in the championship. It's winner take all, and everything as far as the goals that you set for Conference USA, you've got ahead of you today.
Well, God has a plan. Maybe the plan was that game is something we needed. It really brought the team together. They were fired up. They were competitive. And realizing that is the state of mind you need to have that championship mindset. So excited about that, and just a competitive drive is what you need to excel. And hopefully it continues. Now it seems like they're pretty zoned in.
Yesterday, speaking of zoned in, Elena Escobar, you couldn't have asked anything more from her, and I'm sure if you would have, she would have given it to you.
Yeah, exactly. She got even better as the game went on, which was really cool because she's been battling those injuries. I'm sure you've talked to her about those, and it was almost as though she said, here we go. Don't care how much it hurts, right? Just keep doing what we're doing. And she's throwing the ball harder, I think, at the end of the game than the beginning.
Paige Dorr with the huge hit, but she played well the entire ball game.
Oh, she has. She's been stellar this tournament. It's been awesome to see. I mean, when you look at KK Madry and Rachel Roop, and then you've got Dory, a lot of them are hitting the ball really well. You know, Jesser and Bryn, and it's just really good to see that. But you could tell at the game, you just saw from, Rupi as well as Dory, Dory was getting it done, really. I mean, she has, 5 of our RBIs, so she's that RBI producer, so excited about that.
having lost to Jax State yesterday, not that you need motivation in a championship game, but that's a little bit of an extra thing. You're playing the team that beat you in the tournament.
Yeah, the difference is, we were trying to give, Escobar a reprieve, to give her a break, and we ended up having to use her and unfortunately go 10 innings. So hopefully today she's going to be ready to go, and Jacksonville State hasn't seen her in this tournament. So it's going to be a new ball game. It's everything in the past is in the past. Right now, winner take all.
And so Elena's in the circle, and I guess if everybody else is available if needed?
Oh, absolutely. So we've got the squad together, and we're excited to produce it. And here's the big thing, you guys, just enjoy the game. Watch the gifts God's given both teams, and hopefully the Lady Flames are going to come together and just light it up. I'm excited about that.
Sounds good, Coach. We appreciate your time. Wish you the best today.
Thank you, Flames Nation. And guess what? God bless everybody. Let's do it, and go Flames.
Excellent. We'll be back with the relevant law of first pitch right after this on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Owned and operated by a Liberty alum, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair offers complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord. And coming soon, Larry's Tire will expand to a new service center in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
Your business deserves a bank that values relationships and prioritizes customer service. Since 1979, First Bank & Trust Company has been delivering on these very commitments. Our bankers have been accessible, consultative, and provide a degree of understanding developed through years of commercial experience. First Bank & Trust has the expertise and capital to fund small and large projects up to $32 million. More information on First Bank & Trust and its services is available at firstbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home. Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
Looking to buy a home or refinance a mortgage? Now is the time to take advantage of your one-of-a-kind offer from Alcova Mortgage. As an employee or alumni with Liberty University, you are eligible to receive a lender credit that equates to 1% of your total loan amount up to $5,000. This offer provides you with some much-needed savings while also helping you tackle your closing costs. Visit alcova.com/liberty today for details. Offer does not apply to broker loans.
Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
This broadcast of Liberty University Athletics is authorized under rights granted by Liberty University to Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and is intended solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. The accounts, descriptions, and broadcasts may not be transmitted in any form without the express written consent of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and Liberty University Athletics. The announcers are selected by the Liberty Flames Sports Network and approved by Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment. Liberty Lady Flame Softball is on the air. The live play-by-play story of Liberty Lady Flame Softball comes your way now on the Liberty Flame Sports Network from Van Wagner. This game is brought to you by Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. Learn more at segra.com. Carter Bank, life lived full. By Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Freedom First Credit Union, start banking for good with Freedom First today. Carl Miller Realty, caring, competent, trusted advisors. And by Lynchburg Nissan, nobody beats our prices, nobody. Now let's take you out to the ballpark for the call of the game. This is Liberty Softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Welcome back out to the ballpark. Jamie Hall and Joe Carmany with you. The Lady Flames taking on Jax State, the Gamecocks, the number 3 seed, Liberty, the number 1 seed. They played yesterday. Jax State got the win 7-2, but this is a winner-take-all title game. It's very unique. as far as what most of the conferences do in the country. The Flames are hoping to take advantage of it. As you can hear, a great crowd making a lot of noise as the starters are being announced. We'll have the national anthem here in just a moment. So we'll dive a little deeper into the starters, but do want to mention that the pitchers in this game, Elena Escobar will start for Liberty after getting the win last night. The game that went 10 innings against La Tech. Jalea Holmes will start for JAX State. We'll give you their numbers here in just a moment. First, let's take a moment to listen in to the national anthem. Well, it's a beautiful day for some softball here in Bowling Green. A little windy, but that's been the case all weekend. Wind was blowing out the first day. It's blowing in again, but it didn't really affect some of those left field home runs yesterday. As long as you don't get it up in the air, it can still fly out of here. Flames will be the home team in this game as the #1 seed, even though they have a loss and JAX State does not. So the Gamecocks will be batting first. Emma Elrod will start in left field. She is a switch hitter, sophomore, 384 on the year, team leading 15 home runs. Morgan Nowakowski is in center field batting second. The junior hitting 331. Amber Reed bats third and is playing the designated player spot. She's a sophomore, 328. Kaylee Martin plays first and bats cleanup. The freshman is hitting 317. McKaylin Kaiser catches and bats fifth. She's a junior, 333 on the season. JC Underwood is a freshman, 286 hitter. She plays third base and bats sixth. In the 7-hole is the shortstop, Aria Davis, a freshman, 226 on the year. Ashley Phillips is a junior, 265 hitter, plays second base and hits eighth. And then finally, Haley Cushingberry, she's a freshman, 320 is her average on the season, plays right field. It goes switch, lefty-lefty, and then 5 righties in the lineup before Cushingberry hits from the left side in the 9 spot. Elena Escobar in the circle for Liberty, 21-3 record on the year, 1.90 ERA. This is her 30th appearance, 22nd start, 140 and a third innings pitched, 151 strikeouts, 39 walks. First pitch is called a ball, and we are underway at 2:08. Let me try that again. 12:08. Skip past the one.
I guess it would be 2:08 in Nova Scotia.
Fair point.
For all those people in Halifax.
The 1-1 pitch from Escobar is taken for a ball. Of course, it's 1:08 start time for those listening back on the East Coast. 68 degrees and sunny here in Bowling Green. The 2-0 popped foul and out of play down the first base line.
Danner Allen with a nice catch in the bullpen with a foul ball.
Yeah, she got some innings in yesterday's game against JAX State. The 2-2, ground ball to short. Byron gets to it, but she's going to have to put it in her pocket. No chance of getting Elrod at first base. Infield single, start off the game. Morgan Nowakowski. Up next for JAX State. Nowakowski, 331 on the year. First pitch to her is taken for a ball. Curious to see these first couple of innings for Escobar after pitching 10 last night. It takes her a little while to kind of work out the kinks as this pitch is taken for a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Officially 163 pitches last night.
That's a good weekend. The 1-1 fouled back to the screen. Elrod at first base has 15 stolen bases, has been caught 4 times. The 1-2 to Nowakowski. Swung on and missed. Escobar with her first strikeout. We certainly saw quite a few times, Joe, in last night's game. I know at one point it was, I think, 5 out of 7 innings that Amber Reed takes this first pitch for a ball, but 5 out of 7 innings, the leadoff runner got on base for La Tech, but the Flames were able to work out of it, only gave up 1 run. The 1-0, outside, ball 2. Called strike.
Yeah, only one of those 5 innings did that leadoff batter reach and also come around to score.
The 1-1 fouled off.
It was one of those rare games. 3 runs were scored, but there were 22 left on base between the two teams. 12 for Liberty, 10 for La Tech. A lot of late inning drama with bases loaded several times, both teams.
Went into the night. The 1-2 swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Elena Escobar. The runner still down at first, and Elrod. No score here in the top of the first inning. Kaylee Martin, the first baseman, now to the plate. First pitch to her is fouled back to the screen. Martin, a .317 hitter. 11 home runs on the year, 47 RBIs. Escobar fires it in for a ball. 1-1. Misses. 2 balls and 1 strike. We didn't see Escobar get behind in many counts at all yesterday. As the 2-1 is off the plate, ball 3. There were several times in last night's game on both sides that the strike zone was questioned, kind of moved a little bit in and out. The 3-1 off speed, strike called, runner goes, the throw gets into center field, but a good job by Madry to back everybody up. So a stolen base for Elrod, her 16th of the season.
15 homers, 16 steals.
This pitch is popped up in foul territory. It's going to scoot out of play over the top of the JAX State dugout down the third base line. 3-2 from Escobar. Swung on and missed. She strikes out the side. Gives up a leadoff single on the infield. And then 3 Ks. Flames will have their at-bats, and we'll give you their lineup coming up after this timeout here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate, or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
Lynchburg Nissan is jumping into March Madness with full court press savings. Right now, save $6,100 off MSRP. Lock in rates as low as 2.39% and get up to 130% of fair KBB value for your trade. And because we believe in driving with confidence, every new Nissan comes with our 1,000,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's peace of mind for the road ahead. Don't miss these slam dunk deals. Visit Lynchburg Nissan today or shop online anytime at lynchburgnissan.com. Home of the 1,000,000-mile warranty.
As a Flames Club member, you get access to premium seating, parking, and hospitality on game day. Go to libertyflamesclub.org today to learn more. Now back to more Lady Flame softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
No scores. We go now to the bottom half of the first inning. Liberty and JAX State playing for a Conference USA Championship. Savannah Woodard will lead things off. Same lineup as yesterday and throughout the tournament. Woodard, then Rachel Root, Bryn McManus, Brooke Roberts. As we await the first pitch to Woodard, who's slapped fair down the left field line into the corner. Woodard stands at second with a leadoff double in the Flames dugout. And the Liberty faithful here at the stadium, it's almost like they never left last night. This is exactly what it sounded like at the end of the ball game when the Flames walked it off on the Paige Dorr RBI single against La Tech. Rachel Roop now steps in, and she cranks this ball to left field. Is it going to get out at the track, at the wall? It's dropped! Roop will be at second, Woodard's at third. Elrod was there to make the play. The wind pushed it back off the bat. I thought it was long gone. You really can't get it in the air because of the wind. If you hit low line drives, they will get out of this small confines of this ballpark, but you get it up and it held up, and Elrod certainly should have made the play.
Yeah, that was in and out of glove. That goes as an error.
And the Flames now are in business with runners at second and third.
Yeah, 100 times out of 100, she has to catch that.
Bryn McManus takes the first pitch for a ball, now gets out ahead 2-0. I do have sympathy for Elrod because you're trying to find the wall. You know you're close to crashing into it, and she was right at it. I don't know if she felt the wall or not, and that's why she dropped it, but she was in the neighborhood as McManus takes ball 3. First base is open.
Yeah,
there are no outs with 2 runners on.
Yeah, they tell outfielders to find the fence, and she didn't quite get there. So she's kind of drifting, but she was camped under it.
The 3-0 strike call. Jalea Holmes in the circle for JAX State. 9-4 record on the year, 2.43 ERA. The 3-1 pitch outside, ball 4. Flames have them loaded with no outs in the bottom of the first. And Brooke Roberts will step up. Roberts, 286 on the season, 5 home runs, 33 RBIs. We're going to have a chat in the circle, all the infielders, no coaches involved in this meeting, at least not yet.
Double barrel action in the JAX State bullpen already. Kat Carter and Portillo.
Carter pitched so well in the game yesterday against the Flames. It's a little surprised that we didn't see her starting today. Brooke Roberts, the first pitch to her, taken for a strike.
I think a lot of people were surprised that Escobar was pitching after last night.
His pitch is popped out into left field. Elrod has to go back towards the track. She makes the catch. The runners are going to tag up, and the Flames get on the board to start this ball game. Brooke Roberts with the RBI sac fly, which triggers Joe Carmany's favorite stat of the year.
That's number 36 on the year for the Flames. Coming into the year, only 20 was the Conference USA record. Now it's 36 and rising.
Flamers still have 2 runners in scoring position for KK Madry. First pitch to her, she squares the bunt, pulls back, and takes a strike.
Woodard's run is unearned for now, since she advanced to third on the air.
Here's the 0-1, high and outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Home plate umpire is Jose Travis. Aaron Golden at first, Steve Winter at second, I should say, and John West at third. This pitch is fouled back to the screen, so a 4-umpire crew for the title tilt.
Getting ready for the regionals. You'll see 4 umpires at regionals and following.
Softball with the tight confines compared to baseball, a lot easier to have just 3, but as you said, you get down to the end of the season, they throw the 4th in as KK takes ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, you take pressure off that first base umpire with runners on.
The 2-2, slapped foul, and down into the Jack State bullpen, down the third baseline. Roop's at third. McManus is at second. 1 run in. We've got 1 out in the bottom of the first. Madry takes ball 3 high.
And another favorite number, 50. Woodard got her 50th run scored of the season. Roop, KK, and Woodard are all at 50 or 50 plus.
The 3-2 swung on and missed. Big strikeout for Holmes. Now it's going to take a 2-out hit to try to get anything else on the board, and Paige Dorr is certainly the player to do it. She is our Foster Fuels Who's Hot coming into today. The lefty awaits the right-handed delivery outside for a ball.
Yeah, she wasted no time last night in the 10th. Bases loaded, 1 out, just crushed it to right. Nice solid single to end the game.
3 for 5 in that ball game with a couple of RBIs. Here's the 1-0, back up the middle, base hit, center field, 1 run in. McManus is coming home. The throw is in time.
That wants obstruction on that.
She may challenge this. The umpires can talk it over and decide if it was obstruction even before they took to the replay booth. 1 run did come in. The Flames at least are leading 2-0. But if this call were to be overturned, it would be 3-0, and the Flames would have a runner at second with 2 outs. Did the catcher give McManus a lane to the plate? I don't know. Don't know the answer to that. They are going to look at it, though. So 2 of the umpires are going to head over to the replay shed, which is behind the Liberty dugout.
Well, the rule now is that when you have possession, you can block more of the plate, but before that you can't. So I think that's what Dot's saying. She didn't have possession in time to go over and make the tag.
It was close. Yeah. And the call on the field was out, so it would have to be overturned.
Which really puts a lot of pressure on the catcher, because they have to look at a ball flying at them from 160 feet and look at the corner of their eye and see where the player is while dodging the.
Well, I think the way to beat that is to just not be standing on top of the plate.
Yeah.
And then if you're adjusting to the throw coming in, then most likely you wouldn't be moving it towards the plate until the ball was on you.
Correct, yeah.
If you set up on top of the plate as the outfielder is starting the throw, then that's where the problem is, and that'll be the question that the umpires are going to have to answer here. Was she on top of the plate before the ball got there? She was definitely on top of the plate when the ball was there, but was she there before it? Because McManus had to slide around her, and the tag was made.
And I guess I don't have the video up yet, but I guess and I probably won't in time, but I guess if they rule that she slid around and was safe anyway, then
they can look at that too.
Then there's also that.
You're right. They can look and see if the call was correct to start with. It was a very close call to begin.
It definitely seemed like there was a block involved, and the tag was a little high.
Well, either way, the Flames are going to have a 2-spot on the board, worst case scenario. Best case, they've got 3 runs and a chance to add to that with a runner at second base. The umpires have made their decision. They head out of the booth, and we're going to get the call. And out is the call. So the play stands. McManus is thrown out at the plate. So Elrod gets a little bit of a redemption from her error on the root hit early in the game when she dropped the ball and right in front of the wall in left field. She's able to throw out McManus, and it stands up upon review. Another RBI for Paige Dorr, and the Flames are on top, 2-0. We'll take a break and be back after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Curious about the housing market in Central Virginia? The caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty have over 100 years of combined experience. We are committed to helping clients make informed housing decisions. For a winning game plan and to discover the value of your home, visit carlmillerrealty.com to make your next move a slam dunk with our winning team. That's carlmillerrealty.com.
The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Nothing Flames as we go now to the second inning here in the conference championship game. Elena Escobar, 3 strikeouts in the first inning. She faces off against Michaelin Kaiser, who's hitting .333 on the year, 9 homers, 27 RBIs. First pitch is taken for a ball. The 1-0, called a strike.
Kaiser has homers in each of the last 4 games, including all 3 in the tournament.
The 1-1 to Kaiser, just outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. That RBI for Paige Dorr in the bottom of the first inning, her 6th of the tournament so far. 2-1, swung on and missed. Tried to check her swing, but she was too far out. And the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Escobar looks in, now fires. Strike 3 call. Got Kaiser looking. 4 straight Ks for Escobar after giving up a leadoff single in the first. J.C. Underwood, the third baseman, steps in, the righty. Looks at a first pitch strike. Underwood 286 on the year. 5 home runs, 28 RBIs. The 0-1 off the plate for a ball, 1-1. Swung on and missed. Underwood now behind, 1-2. Underwood was 2 for 3 in yesterday's game against the Flames, also drew a walk. Made some good plays at third base as well. The 1-2. Strike 3 called outside corner. 5 straight strikeouts for Elena Escobar. The first 3 were swinging, the last 2 have been looking. And Aria Davis up. First pitch to her, same spot, strike 1.
Yeah, if Escobar's getting that outside corner, it's going to be a long day of strikeouts here, I think.
The 0-1, fouled, and just out of the reach of Savannah Jesse behind home plate. Ranging over towards the screen, but just couldn't quite get there. That does put Escobar out ahead in the count, 0-2. Here's the pitch to Davis. A little too far outside. Testing the zone or trying to get her to chase. She did not. Now the 1-2. Low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two. Just got a piece. Fouled it back. Davis yesterday was 0 for 3, but did draw a walk. Struck out twice in the game against the Flames. That 7-2 Jacksonville State victory put them into this title matchup. The 2-2. Strike 3 called. Escobar strikes out the side. 6 in a row for Elena. Liberty up 2-0 as we head to the bottom of the second here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Are your feet preventing you from living life? Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton, and you may have heard my Good Feet story, how I love my arch supports so much that I bought the store. Since then, thousands of customers have found relief from foot, knee, and back pain. I love to hear their stories of walking, running, and just enjoying their new life pain-free. Don't let foot, knee, or back pain keep you from living the life you love. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. With a focus on honesty, education, and excellence, they light the way to savings, home comfort, and a greener future. Educating homeowners about the power of solar and energy efficiency is their winning game plan. More information about Earthright Mid-Atlantic? 434-200-9716 or at erepower.com.
Get the latest on your favorite Flames team with the Liberty Flames podcast. Just search Liberty Flames wherever you get your podcasts or go to libertyflames.com. This is Lady Flames softball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
2-0 Liberty on top at JAX State. Conference USA title is on the line. Liberty feels pretty comfortable I'd say if you had to put a percent on it, it would be about 99% that the Flames would get an at-large bid if they did not win today, as this first pitch to Rachel Crane is fouled back and onto Crescent Street. Is that right?
Creason with an N.
No T.
No T.
Crescent Street. Assuming that's named after somebody famous associated with WKU. Count to Crane evens at 1 ball and 1 strike, and apologies ahead of time if I haven't already done it, as the 1-1 is on the way and just missed outside. We're playing at WKU softball complex. There's WKU plastered all over the place, Hilltoppers, the logo, the mascot, as the 2-1 is called a strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Jax State's colors are very similar to the Hilltoppers. If I call them WKU, I apologize. The 2-2 high, 3 balls and 2 strikes to Crane.
And WKU was the opponent in last year's championship game.
True, that too. Let's go take a look back at last year's title game as Crane slaps this out into right field, and a diving attempt, but it pops out of her glove. Cushingberry had it. It was in foul territory, so we'll do it all over again. But almost a highlight reel diving catch by Haley Cushingberry, but as she hit the ground, the ball came loose. So we'll have another 3-2 coming up to Rachel Crane. Here's the pitch. Strike 3 called. Crane thought it was inside. I thought it was inside. So if the inside strikes are going to be called today and the outside strikes are going to be called liberally, we may have a day that the pitchers love. Maybe a quick game. Second strikeout for the Flames. As Savannah Jesse hits this out into center field for a base hit. Jesse laced it. Now Wachowski plays it cleanly. So Savannah's at first base. Flames hitting the ball hard when they hit it. Byram fouls the first pitch off. The only outs from back in the first inning was a sac fly that went fairly deep. As this 0-1 pitch is taken for a ball. So that sac fly, RBI sac fly, was one of the 3 outs, a strikeout, and then being thrown out at home plate. Byram turns on it, hits it a ton, but it's going to be foul. That was 3 floors up the parking garage, but foul. We saw her hit a home run on the first day of the CUSA tournament. It wasn't as hard as that. It was hard, but it was more towards left center and one-hop the parking garage. The giant 7-story parking structure beyond left field. The 1-2 swung on and missed. So now 3 strikeouts for Holmes, Jalea Holmes. She gave up a double to Woodard the last time she came up. Woodard came around to score. First pitch to Savannah, and this spot is in the dirt. Savannah Jesse is still down at first base. The 1-0, check swing, and it's a ball. So after Woodard got the double, Roop hit the ball to the wall in left field. Elrod dropped it. That was an error. Both Woodard and Roop eventually came around to score. Here's the 2-0. Taken for a ball, so Woodard out ahead, 3-0. One of the runs came in on the sac fly by Roberts, the other on the RBI single from Dorr. 3-0 to Woodard. Inside for a strike. JAX State wearing the black uniforms, white numbers, red stirrups. The 3-1. Outside, ball 4. Second walk of the game for Holmes. And Rachel Root comes up with 2 outs, but 2 on. Flames in the higher seated white uniforms with the baby blue pinstripe, red helmets, baby blue stirrups. Here's the first pitch to Root. Well outside. There's a base open.
Yep.
It's third base. It would be surprising if they pitched around Root, but that one was well out of the zone, as is this one.
Last year in the conference tournament when this happened, if it happens, Bryn McManus hit a grand slam against UTEP as intentionally, unintentionally walking Root to load the bases.
2-0, that's what they're doing. That was
there's nothing unintentional.
Halfway into the left-handed batter's box.
Nothing unintentional about that.
Not going to give Roop a chance to beat him. Holmes 3-0, same spot, ball 4, bases loaded for McManus, and she's just absolutely got to be licking her chops right now. She remembers what happened last year in this same spot. The Flames fans remember. They're making a bunch of noise. McManus walked her last time up. Here's the first pitch to her. Outside corner for a strike. Bases loaded. Here's the pitch to McManus. She fouls it off. Behind in the count 0-2.
Nice catch by assistant coach Sammy Fagan-Harmon. Off the net, right into the hands.
Got to be alert. Flames up 2-0. In the bottom of the second, they've got the bases loaded with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Just off the plate. That call was very close on a couple of other at-bats we've seen. That was a strike in that spot. But not this time, and the Flames will take advantage of it as McManus digs back in. Now the 1-2. Off speed and even further outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Brooke Roberts would bat next. No runs for the Flames across yet in the second. They scored their 2 runs in the first. Here's the 2-2. Foul back. Bounces on to Creason
Street. Look both ways, cross safely. Haven't seen a car hit yet.
Another 2-2 to Bryn McManus. Fouled it back again. Just got a piece of that fastball.
Tried to go inside on that one. She's been living outside.
Holmes takes a walk back to the edge of the circle. Now gets the sign and fires. Popped up and out of play into the Flames bullpen.
The production assistant down over TV covered his head.
He was bailing out. Didn't see it and was ducking for cover. We'll have another 2-2 with the bases loaded. The pitch fouled off again. Liberty 2, JAX State nothing. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Jesse at third as his pitch is high and tight. For ball 3, runs full. Jesse at third, Woodard at second, Roops at first. Nowhere to put McManus as she runs the count full. Here's Holmes' delivery. Popped up and out of play again. Quite a battle going on between these two. And this is a crucial spot in this ball game. If the Flames could add a couple of more runs, it's a long way to go, but it would certainly be a demoralizing start for the Gamecocks. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. McManus draws the walk after fouling off about 7. And the Flames lead 3-0. 3 straight walks for Jax State, and walking the bases loaded with Roop intentionally comes back to bite him. Now Brooke Roberts to the plate. She had a sac fly, RBI, her first time up. Here's the pitch, low in the dirt. We don't see anybody warming up at the moment in the Jax State bullpen, but I think that's about to start as we have a visit in the circle. Head coach of Jax State is Julie Bolin in her first season, 37-20. Holly Mitchell, pitching coach for the Gamecocks. Haley Sims coaches first base. Coach Dot Richardson taking the opportunity to talk to the runners, as well as Coach Sammy Fagan-Harmon. If you name off all the Flames coaching staffs, what have you got? You've got 8 surnames?
Yeah. Yep.
Dot Richardson Pinto, Casey Fagan-Graham, Sammy Fagan-Harmon, Emily Kirby-Nagel. And Joe Carmany Pinto on the broadcast with me today. All the meetings are over. The count's 1-0 to Brooke Roberts with the bases loaded. 1 already in. The Flames leading 3-0 in the bottom of the second. Holmes fires. Called strike. Roberts adjusts her ponytail and now gets back into the left-handed batter's box. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Picked up by Davis, hard hit, but right to her. She flips over to Phillips to get the final out of the inning. But not before the Flames add a run. They lead 3-0 as we head to the third on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home. Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
You're listening to Lady Flames Softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Now for a look at the out-of-town scoreboard built by Frank Good Builders.
There's a lot of games going on as far as championship games today around the country. As far as Power 4, mid-majors, and so on, we've talked a lot about the Big South Conference and our old friends there, the A-Sun. So we'll take a look at their scores. USC Upstate beat Winthrop earlier today, 7-4. And Joe, I'm going to have to acquiesce to you on this. I believe Upstate was the undefeated team.
Correct.
In the winners coming out of the winners bracket, so they take the championship. Upstate wins the Big South. The A-Sun, Eastern Kentucky and North Florida set to play here in about 15 minutes. And back to you again, Joe. Is this the, if necessary, or is this the first game of the day?
First game, Eastern Kentucky would have to win 2.
Ashley Phillips comes up to bat for Jax State. She gets ahead in the count 2-0.
Seems like the zone is wide but not high.
2-0. Base hit, right field. Root comes up with it. Takes a look at first, but will toss back into Woodard.
That broke up a string of 6 straight strikeouts for Escobar.
The first 3 were swinging. The last 3 were looking. All 6 outs of the game have been by strikeout. The other 2 hitters have a single. This pitch is fouled back. Haley Cushingberry, the right fielder.
Paige Bachman had a streak of 6 straight batters struck out earlier this year against Cleveland State.
The 0-1. High. 1 ball, 1 strike. Phillips down at first, only 1 stolen base on the season. Would not expect her to be running in this spot. The 1-1, grounded foul off of Cushingberry. It'll now be 1-2. Liberty leading 3-0 in the top of the 3rd. Jax State with a runner at first. Cushingberry, who's hitting .320 on the season, awaits the 1-2. It's high and outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The wind blowing pretty briskly. And if you look at the flags out in left field, it looks like they're blowing right towards the pole. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Escobar fooled her. 7th strikeout of the game for Elena. 1 out now as we go back to the top of the order, and Emma Elrod, she had the other single in the game so far, an infield single in the first. First pitch this time is taken for a strike. The American flag in right field most of the time looks like it's blowing in towards the third base dugout. Is this 0-1? It's high and outside for a ball. But the flags, they've got the flags of all the schools in Conference USA all the way around, which is kind of cool. Gives you an idea of which way the wind's blowing in every part of the outfield. But towards left field, it almost looks like the flags are blowing out a bit, as this is popped up in no man's land over in foul territory behind third base. Flames can't get to it. Count is 1-2 to Emma Elrod. 387 hitter on the year, 15 home runs. So it's really unique. It's like the wind is blowing in from right field and kind of takes a turn and dog legs back out to left field. The 1-2. The ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I know that's probably not physically possible, but it's also a possibility that just that massive parking garage structure kind of affects what happens with the wind and it's swirling over on that side. The 2-2, ground ball to short. Byram can't make the play. It goes through her wickets. Jax State will have runners at first and second with 1 out. I'm assuming that's going to be an error.
They called that an error right away. But before the play before that, was the 378th strikeout for the team, which is now a new program record for a single season.
Morgan Nowakowski, first pitch to her is taken for a strike. She struck out her first time up.
The next 6 batters struck out their first time up.
Very true. The 0-1 swung on and missed behind 0-2.
I think that's right, correct?
Yeah,
okay.
That is correct, yeah. Phillips is at second. Elrod's at first. There's 1 out. Liberty leading 3-0 in the third. Here's the pitch. Popped up. Shallow left field. Dorr calls everyone off and makes the catch. The runners have to stay put. 2 outs now in the third. And I think it is definitely safe to say that if you get the ball in the air, the wind is going to knock it down. If you hit a line drive to left field, as we saw Byram do, it'll go. Called strike, unfortunately for Jemiah, she just hit it too far to left field. It was actually foul. About 20 feet to the left of the pole. The 0-1, check swing, didn't go, and it's a ball on the outside.
Now, Reed had a 3-run homer in the third inning yesterday of the Liberty game. Hopefully for Liberty's sake that doesn't happen here.
The 1-1, inside corner for a strike. Escobar a chance to get out of this little mini jam with the 1-2, high. Got away from her a bit. Good job by Savannah Jesse to get out of the crouch and keep it from getting to the backstop. Now the 2-2, outside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, Elrod at first, Phillips at second. Here's the payoff to Reed. Popped up behind first base. Woodard makes the catch as she was drifting towards foul territory. I think that would have been a fair ball, but Woodard has the speed to get to it, and the Flames, after putting a couple on, they get out of the mini mess, and they hold on to the 3-0 lead as we go to the bottom half of the third inning here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Looking to buy a home or refinance a mortgage? Now is the time to take advantage of your one-of-a-kind offer from Alcova Mortgage. As an employee or alumni with Liberty University, you are eligible to receive a lender credit that equates to 1% of your total loan amount up to $5,000. This offer provides you with some much-needed savings while also helping you tackle your closing costs. Visit alcova.com/liberty today for details. Offer does not apply to broker loans.
Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
Now back to more Lady Flame softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
A new pitcher for JAX State. They trail Liberty 3-0 as we now go to the bottom of the third inning. McKinley Portillo.
Sophomore out of Douglas, Alabama.
5'11". We've got a little bit of a delay.
TV's not back yet.
Now we're ready to go. Today's broadcast is on CBS Sports Network, of which I need to apologize here in a moment. First, KK Madry squares the bunt, pulls back. We kind of made it seem like that CBS was the only reason or the main reason that this tournament plays out to a winner-take-all championship game, as the 1-0 to Madry is again outside, 2-0. CBS Sports Network has broadcast the last 2 years with a robust package of championship games, from football to basketball, softball, baseball, and so on, as Madry gets ahead in the count 3-0. But this actually was a format that preceded CBS Sports Network broadcasting the games. This winner-take-all format goes back 4 years. The 3-0 to Madry, down the middle for a strike.
And 3 out of the 4 years, the losers bracket champion has won the championship. So both the winner of the tournament and the runner-up ended with 1 loss.
3-1, Madry squares, pulls back, but it's called a strike. It's a format that coaches don't usually like, as the 3-2 is on the way and slapped foul. The tough thing for JAX State is they pull off the upset yesterday. They get straight to the championship round, but then it squares. Even though they have no losses and the Flames have one loss, they don't even get to be the home team in this game. The 3-2 to Madry is poked out into left field for a base hit. KK, after striking out her first time, gets on base. And now everybody just waits, not if, but when KK tries to steal second. Paige Dorr steps up for Liberty. The first pitch to her. Runner goes. The throw down is not in time. Madry beats it out. Full credit, though, to Kaiser. She made that extremely close at second base. Maybe close enough that they could appeal and ask for a review.
Oh, they're going to challenge leaving early again.
So it's the leaving early is the challenge, not the play at second. Even though it was a bang-bang play at second, I think she was safe. That would not be worth challenging. But the leaving early would, especially now that it's happened twice already in this tournament against KK. So we'll see what the replay review says. As of right now, the Flames have a runner at second with no outs. And Joe, you have a bigger sample size than I do, but how many times, and all the stolen bases that KK has this year,
which that would be 49 if it stands. I believe 48.
49, and actually it's already, I think that's already in the book, isn't it? They've already put it in.
Yeah.
49 stolen bases, only been caught 4 times. How many times would you estimate that she's been called for leaving early? As we got a quick review.
Well, to this tournament.
So KK did not leave early. You might have been able to hear our home plate umpire, Jose Travis, on the crowd mic. He did a great job. He's not amplified. He doesn't have a mic on. He's got a voice that would echo through the lectern. So the Flames have a runner at second and a 1-0 count to Dorr. Here's the pitch. Low and outside. Portillo falls behind. The 2-0, foul back. Portillo on the season, a 9-4 record, 3.59 ERA. This is her 19th appearance. 68 1/3 innings pitched. 49 strikeouts, 38 walks. The 2-1 hit hard to right field, but it's going to hold up. Madry tags. The throw is behind her, and now she's in a little bit of trouble, but slides back in safely to second. And no argument from the JAX State players. I'm assuming the tag was not applied. KK took a couple of hard steps to try to draw the throw.
It was a strong throw, so she didn't get quite far enough where she got caught in a rundown.
Rachel Crane now bats. With 1 out. Liberty leading 3-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. Crane struck out her first time up. This pitch goes back to the screen. Madry will scramble down to 3rd. Flames now have a chance for another sacrifice fly. We'll also see if maybe the squeeze could be on with Madry's speed at 3rd. The 1-1, low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Savannah Jesse is on deck. She had an RBI single her first time up. 2-1. Laced out into left field for a base hit. Madry scores. Crane's pumped up at first. And the Flames lead 4-0. The aforementioned Savannah Jesse now stands in. She also scored a run. Takes the first pitch for a ball. I think I may have said Singleton got an RBI. Singleton scored back in the second inning, did Savannah Jesse. The 1-0, high and tight, ball 2. Kenley Portillo in the circle, in relief of Julia Holmes, who started the game, gave up 3 runs. Flames have scored at least 1 in every inning. 2-0 to Jesse. Outside corner for a strike. Now the 2-1. Out of play down the right field line, foul.
Devin Perkins on the hop.
Support staff for the Flames. 2-2. Low and outside, 3-2. 1 run in for Liberty in the third, extending their lead to 4-0.
Alyssa Henault comes out in the on-deck circle as a pinch hitter for Byram.
Rachel Crane stands at first base. Here's the pitch. Little nubber over the top. Only one play, it's the first, and not in time. Savannah Jesse legs out an infield hit. Not a statement that I thought I was going to say today, but great hustle by Savannah to beat it out. It just looped over the top of Portillo's head. She couldn't make the catch. Because of that, Crane had to hold up just a little bit, but then it had a funky spin on it once it hit the ground. By the time she cleaned it up and threw over, Jesse was safe. Crane's at second. And the Flames have something going here with 1 run in and a 4-0 lead in the third.
Yeah, that was heads-up base running by Crane because she got about 40% of the way, and then by the time that ball landed, she was far enough that the shortstop couldn't make that flip to second. So like you said, the only play was at first.
And yeah, she's got to be careful because if that ball is caught and she's anywhere other than 3 feet from the bag, she's probably going to be doubled up. So she read it that it was going to fall and took off. Alyssa Henault, as you said, Joe's pinch hitting for Byram. She's got runners at first and second. The first pitch to her is high and outside. .297 hitter on the year. Couple of home runs, 8 RBIs. Most of her appearances as a pinch hitter.
Yeah, 8 of her 11 hits have been as a pinch hitter.
The 1-0, ball outside. Portillo falls behind in the count. The 2-0, check swing called strike. 2 balls and 1 strike. Alyssa was handing out some Italian pastries on the way here. 2-1. Missed outside, but she made herself. Very good. It was a nice little energy boost on the bus ride to Western Kentucky.
Felt like a month ago, but it was Monday.
Exactly. Runners at first and second, 1 out. Here's the pitch. Strike called. Runs full, 3 balls and 2 strikes.
So Henault, her 8 hits as a pinch hitter are the most by Lady Flames since 2011. Jill Stevens had 10 successful pinch hits.
Here's the payoff from Portillo. Fouled off. Got a piece of Henault. She says she's okay. Lefty will dig back in. Portillo takes a little bit of a rub on the rosin bag. Now she's ready to go. Here's the payoff. Just missed.
Must have been high.
Bases loaded. Hino draws the walk. And we go back to the top of the lineup. Savannah Woodard. And we're going to have, I believe, another pitching change. Indeed. So we'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll give you the numbers as we take a Haley's Appliance and Outdoor call to the bullpen. Liberty leading Jax State 4-0 in the third.
Stay informed and entertained with the Liberty Flames podcast, presented by Sentry Exteriors. Get the latest news and hear from the players and coaches from your favorite Flames teams.
First of all, it's a privilege just to have a chance to be in the NCAA tournament.
I expect us to play our best football going forward. I really believe that.
Catch the latest coaches shows, the NASCAR podcast, double coverage, the Liberty Flames Clubhouse Report, and more. It's all on the Liberty Flames podcast channel. Listen on the Liberty Flames mobile app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Liberty leading Jax State 4-0 in the third. And Kat Carter is the new pitcher. She got the start yesterday. Gave up 2 runs in the 7-2 Gamecock victory over Liberty. Flames are going to also have a pinch runners. Lily Hydorn checks in at second base. So it'll be Crane at third, Hydorn replacing Jesse at second, and Hinault at first, while Savannah Woodard will come to the plate. First pitch from Kat Carter is drilled to right field. The ballpark's not going to hold this. Grand slam, home run, Savannah Woodard. She's mobbed by her teammates at home plate. Liberty has broke this game open. They lead 8-0 in the third. Ninth home run on the season for Woodard.
Associate head coach Casey Fagan-Graham gave it the peace sign going out.
The campus almost didn't hold that home run as Roop takes the first pitch for a ball. With the wind blowing in from right field, it's hard to hit a no-doubter to right center, but Woodard certainly did. The 1-0 foul back to the screen.
It's the fourth conference tournament grand slam in program history. Myself and Coach Dodd are probably the only people that have seen all 4 in person.
That means they've been fairly recent, the last 12 years. 1-1, taken for a strike. Unless Coach Stott just happened to be at one of those Big South Championship games back in the 90s or 2000s.
Jamie remembers the first one, Grace Norton against Gardner Webb in 2014. I was on the call with Kevin Keys.
Oh yeah, that was one of the most exciting broadcasts I've ever heard. Roop hits a liner foul past their head coach, Dot Richardson.
Second was Madison Kachi versus Coastal Carolina the next year. And then last year, Bryn McManus against UTEP. And then just a minute ago, Savannah Woodard.
The 1-2 popped up and behind us. Almost down the hatch. We're on top of the press box here at WKU softball complex. There's a netting, of course, that goes behind home plate, but then there's also a little extra netting that goes above us, and we got a roof over our heads, so the ball really can't get to us as this pitch is taken for a ball. Did she swing? She did not. 2-2.
It's also Woodard's third career grand slam. 1 for Alabama, 2 for Liberty.
Still only 1 out. Root pops it foul. We did find out yesterday, though, that even though the netting protects any foul balls from coming down on the fans behind the backstop and protects the cameramen up here, where it's just what this is intended for, this loft that is a makeshift radio location. The 2-2 turned on, but foul. Try again. So we kind of felt protected. No ball can get to us. There's a net above us. There's a roof on top. Net in front. But one rolled up the net and just popped over the top. Almost took out our webcam for those that are watching on Facebook and YouTube. The 2-2. Strike 3 called. That is the fourth strikeout of the day for JAX State, the first for Kat Carter. Now Bryn McManus with 2 outs. First pitch is in the dirt. Only one of these runs belong to Kat Carter, as McManus gets ahead in the count, 2-0. She inherited the bases loaded. Gave up the grand slam. Fouled off. 2-1. One other interesting number I think that we can find, as I'll look at that after this pitch, which is a strike, 2 balls and 2 strikes. For Lily Hydorn, that was her 19th run scored of the season. Foul ball again. And Joe, I don't have the career stats in front of me, but her numbers, she's got to be up in the 70s now as far as runs scored for her career.
I believe the 70s. I don't have the updated career, but it's the most by a pinch runner in program history.
And never had an at bat. This pitch is grounded down to short. Easy play for Davis. She throws over to get the final out, but not before the Flames put 5 runs on the board, capped off by a grand slam homer for Savannah Woodard. Liberty bats around, almost bats around in the inning. 8 out of the 9 come to the plate. Liberty takes an 8-0 lead now into the 4th. Here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Foster has been fostering warm moments for 100 years. Headquartered in Brookneal, Virginia, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services since 1921. Stop by one of our 6 showroom locations across Central Virginia to view our wide range of products. From propane to fireplaces and grills to tank installs and tankless water heaters, Foster has it all. Download our app or visit fosterfuels.com for more info.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
You're listening to Liberty Softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Time now to check the Carter Bank box score.
8-0, Liberty on top at JAX State. Flames 8 runs on 7 hits, 1 error. JAX State no runs, 2 hits, and 1 error. And Joe, when you look at the box score so far, what stands out at you? I mean, obviously Savannah Woodard's grand slam homer does, but how about Elena Escobar after pitching 10 innings last night? That game didn't end until, what was it, around 9 o'clock local.
Yeah.
She came back out and she has been dealing in this game so far, but the first pitch to Kaylee Martin hit her. So a leadoff runner on.
Which that was about the only that was the only concern last night, was that leadoff runner would get on base several times, but she only allowed 1 run last night and none so far in this game.
Kaylin Kaiser takes the first pitch for a strike. 7 strikeouts in the game for Escobar. 11 total strikeouts between the two teams. Kaiser takes the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kaiser struck out looking her first time up. The 1-1, big swing, but came up empty. 1-2. Kaiser on the year does have 9 home runs, is hitting .329 with 27 RBIs. There's a runner at first, Liberty up by 8. Foul back. Now the Flames are in a spot where you start thinking, okay, you can play some defense, get some outs. You're 6 outs away from ending this game in a run rule.
You don't have to worry about anything after that.
The 1-2, low. 2-2. But as far as Escobar is concerned, with so many pitches thrown yesterday, what did you say it was, 163?
163.
You'd love for her to not have to go 7 if possible. As this pitch is popped up on the infield, Byram calls everybody off and makes it 1 out. Runner has to stay put at first. JC Underwood, she also struck out looking her first time. Escobar fires in. Pitch is taken for a ball. Runner at first, Martin has 2 stolen bases on the season. And then an 8-run game, an unlikely candidate to try anything. The 1-0, taken for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Here's the pitch. Hit out into center field. KK Madry took a couple of steps in, now makes the catch. I should say took a couple of steps back and then came in to squeeze it. The all grass surface here at WKU, as far as the field of play, behind home plate is actually turf. Dirt infield. Aria Davis takes a ball. Davis also struck out looking her first time up. The 1-0 from Escobar. Strike call. And as you look in the outfield, they've got the CUSA logo painted behind second base in the grass. The 1-1 to Davis. Popped out to right field. Dorr staggers over to the left a little bit, her left, to make the catch. I think at first she thought she was going to have to get on her horse, but it carried to her. And the Flames, after the leadoff runner gets on, after being hit by a pitch, 1, 2, 3 from there on. Pop up on the infield and 2 fly balls into the outfield. We now go to the bottom half of the 4th inning with the Lady Flames on top of the Gamecocks, 8-0 here in the Conference USA Championship.
Your business deserves a bank that values relationships and prioritizes customer service. Since 1979, First Bank and Trust Company has been delivering on these very commitments. Our bankers have been accessible, consultative, and provide a degree of understanding developed through years of commercial experience. First Bank and Trust has the expertise and capital to fund small and large projects up to $32 million. More information on First Bank and Trust and its services is available at firstbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haley's.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
Follow the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner on social media and keep up with all your favorite teams. Search LFSN Radio on X, formerly known as Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Now back to more Lady Flames softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Liberty 8, Jax State nothing. Bottom of the 4th. Flames 3 outs away from getting a run rule victory in the CUSA title game.
Which, if you remember, 2022 was a run rule victory in the A-Sun title game against North Florida.
That would be exactly what the doctor ordered for Liberty, because Glenn Escobar could use a couple of innings off. And you're in a little bit of a conundrum. You could bring someone else in this spot and try to finish it out and give Escobar a rest with the thought of she could always re-enter the game if something went amiss. But the way she's cooking right now, you feel like, okay, she can get 3 more outs, no problem, and you could end the game in 5. How about a little run rule insurance? Brooke Roberts steps up, takes the first pitch for a ball. We have got a ton of folks to say hello to on Facebook and YouTube that are watching the booth cam. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Roberts had an RBI sac fly back in the 1st. Gets out ahead, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two-one, taken for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kat Carter in the circle. As this pitch fouled off, Carter was the starter yesterday that got the win for Jax State. 12-7 record. 2.48 ERA coming in, 138 innings pitched. 100 strikeouts, 55 walks. The 2-2 swung on and missed by Roberts. KK Madry, she singled, stole a base, and scored in the 3rd inning. Struck out her first time up. Squares the bunt, pulls back and takes the ball. The 1-0 foul back. And I was actually, I corrected myself incorrectly the last half inning as this pitch is taken for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. I said the Flames batted around, then I hesitated on that, but they actually did. I had missed Brooke Roberts reaching on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, so it was all the way through as KK pops this out into left field, where a catch is made by Elrod for the 2nd out. No, never mind. I was right the 2nd time the 1st time. Page Tour takes a strike. It was in the 2nd inning, Brooke Roberts reached on a fielder's choice.
That's hard to do and even harder to say. Being right the 2nd time, the 1st time.
Sounds like a country song.
Yeah.
0-2. Score goes back to the screen. So yeah, Roberts had the ground out that ended the 2nd inning. Madry started off the 3rd. It got back to McManus, and then Roberts led off here in the 4th. Dorr checks her swing and fouls it off. Page had an RBI single in the 1st. Popped out in the 3rd. 363 hitter on the year. Here's the pitch, slaps it foul. Nobody on, 2 outs, Liberty leading 8-0. Another foul ball goes back to the screen here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 0-2 popped up left field, angling into foul territory, and a diving play made by Elrod up against the fence for the final out. So that'll do it for Liberty in the 4th. 3 up, 3 down. Liberty takes an 8-0 lead to the top of the 5th. They're 3 outs away from ending this thing early. We'll take a break. Be back with that right after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com, that's www.ironcladcoffee.com, to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
Curious about the housing market in Central Virginia? The caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty have over 100 years of combined experience. We are committed to helping clients make informed housing decisions. For a winning game plan and to discover the value of your home, visit carlmillerrealty.com to make your next move a slam dunk with our winning team. That's carlmillerrealty.com.
Now back to more Lady Flame softball on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Lady Flames on top of Jack State 8-0 as we go to the 5th. Liberty's 3 outs away from run ruling a championship. A lot of folks listening in and watching our booth cam on Facebook and YouTube. Mary's in Florida, Wendy in Lynchburg, Jim and Wanda listening in Ohio, Greg's in Arizona, Raymond's in Central Florida, Linda's in Chula, Georgia, Benny's in Rustburg, Phillips in Maryland as Escobar faces off against Ashley Phillips. The first pitch is taken for a strike. Phillips singled her first time up back in the third. The 0-1 just outside for a ball. Jerry is in Ontario, Canada. Leslie in Myrtle Beach. Charlie's in Midlothian. The 1-1. Foul and out of play, or at least out of the reach of Rachel Roop in right field. Tommy's in Southern California, San Bernardino. Rich is listening in Jeanette, Pennsylvania. Daniel in Bedford. Dan's in Florida. Claire's in Buffalo. The 1-2. Sent out into right field, but right to Roop for the first out. Rachel Roop catches the line drive, and now Haley Cushingberry will come to the plate. Courtney's in Bluefield. Gary's in Rochester, New York. Wanda's in Clermont, Florida. Escobar's first pitch to Cushingberry. She bunts it foul. Mia's in West Gardner, Maine. Julie says KK Madry's aunt in Dallas, Texas. The 0-1, taken for a strike, 0-2. Peters cheering on the Flames from the Florida Panhandle. David's in Tabor City, North Carolina. Roxy's in Delaware. The 0-2 swung on and missed. 8th strikeout of the game for KK. And the final hope for Jack State is Emma Elrod. Several other folks that are listening as well. We're just not going to have a chance to get to everybody, but we appreciate you tuning in. Amber Gregory, former Lady Flame, listening in Houston, Texas. First pitch to Elrod, taken for a strike. Flames fans in attendance are up and on their feet. Liberty 1 out away from winning the CUSA Championship. Swing and a miss. Flames 1 strike away. Elrod behind in the count, 0-2. Escobar looks in, gets the sign. Winds and fires. Swung on, missed. The Lady Flames win back-to-back CUSA championships. Liberty's going back to the dance. Escobar's teammates mob her in front of the circle. It's Liberty 8, Jack State nothing in 5. After the Flames had lost yesterday to the Gamecocks, they battled back in 10 innings, defeated La Tech last night. As the trophy is now handed to Liberty, and you can hear them celebrating down on the field. After that La Tech win, it was a quick turnaround to play at noon local today. Elena Escobar threw 163 pitches yesterday. Came back out and threw a gem this afternoon. 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. The two teams shake hands across the baseline. They shared a hotel all week, and a lot of memories and stories, but I know if you're Jax State, you're disappointed at the way your season ended. You probably wish that the format wasn't the way that it is, as far as it being a single elimination championship game after a double elimination tournament. Jax State only lost once. They beat the Flames once. But because of the way the structure is, the Flames are going to claim the title as the teams huddle up for a final prayer, and we'll take a break and come back with the post-game show. Liberty, your Conference USA champions for a second time in a row here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Back with the Coca-Cola postgame after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com, that's www.ironcladcoffee.com, to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haley's.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
Been listening to Lady Flame Softball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. It's time now for the Coca-Cola postgame show, brought to you by Coca-Cola Consolidated. Coke, taste the feeling. Coming up, we'll hear from Lady Flames head coach Don Richardson. We'll bring you today's player of the game, final stats, and postgame analysis, all right here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Lady Flames get a dominating win here in the championship game against JAX State, 8-0 in 5. Liberty really jumped out in the 4th inning, culminated by a grand slam home run from Savannah Woodard. And then at that point, it was whether or not they would be able to keep JAX State off the board and win this in 5 innings, which they did, which was outstanding for Elena Escobar because of how many innings she had pitched. And we talked to her once already in the series. But we've got to talk to her again because there's no question she has got to be the most valuable player for Liberty during CUSA play. And then our other offensive player of the game, that's going to be tough, but I think we got to go with Paige Dorr. She just was consistent throughout this entire week. Big hit after big hit. She had an RBI single in the first inning today. She had the game winner last night in the game against La Tech that allowed the Flames to get to this point. Liberty's down on the field with their championship shirts on and hats, taking a bunch of pictures, a lot of hugs as well. With this victory, the Flames now have won back-to-back CUSA titles. That's the first time that's happened in the league since ECU did it in 2011. Flames get their 7th overall conference championship. They run their record on the year to 47-12. Jax State falls to 37-21. And again, if you're not familiar with the format and you're thinking, well, when does the next game start? There is no if necessary game in Conference USA. So even though Jax State had not lost yet, and they beat Liberty yesterday at the end of the winner's bracket, they did not have to be defeated twice today. It's the only conference in the country that does it that way, and the Flames have taken advantage of that the last 2 seasons. Liberty fell into the loser's bracket quite early, actually, last year at New Mexico State. Battled their way out and beat WKU in the winner-take-all championship last season, when WKU had only lost 1 game in the tournament. Liberty will find out tomorrow night where they play in the NCAA regionals. Most of the projections have them as a 2 seed. Some potential landing spots could be Duke. Virginia Tech's kind of on the bubble as to whether or not they're going to host, but if they do, then that would certainly be a possibility. Tennessee would be a regional possibility as well. Clemson, South Carolina, also in the mix as far as places where you wouldn't have to get on a plane to get to the game. But we saw 2 years ago that Liberty ended up at UCLA, so getting on a plane certainly is a possibility. Last year they were at Georgia, a long bus ride, but a bus ride nonetheless. So we'll see what plays out, but at this point I don't think the Lady Flames really care. They feel like wherever they go, they're going to have a chance. They came so close a season ago. They just needed to get out of the final inning, and they would have beaten Georgia and went to Supers. But the Bulldogs came from behind to win that game, and the Flames lost in a heartbreaker. They've come close several times, as a matter of fact. At UCLA, they knocked off the host school, knocked the Bruins out, but fell in the championship round to San Diego State. Same thing happened a few years before that in South Carolina. Flames actually had to be beaten twice, and South Carolina did on the final day of the regional. So Liberty's come close. We'll see if they can take that next step forward this season, and we'll know where they're playing in about 30 hours. Close enough. After 3 days and very little sleep, math wasn't great. My math wasn't great to start with. It's certainly not going to be good right now. The teams are getting some hardware as far as all conference teams. We'll have the MVP given away here in just a moment. We'll see if we can maybe listen in a little bit to this ceremony. Savannah Woodard named to the all-conference team. Yesterday's hero, Paige Dorr, also on the all-conference team. KK high steps out to get her all-tournament award. Great crowd of Liberty fans here in Bowling Green. Dramatic pause. as we await the next all-tournament team member.
For just a moment for a quick wrap-up of a television interview. And thanks for your patience here.
Well, the dramatic pause continues. So I guess they can't do the television interview and have the PA announcer.
Finally, our 2025 Conference USA Softball Championship Most Valuable Player,
So as we expected, Elena Escobar is the player of the tournament, the MVP. She got the win last night against La Tech. 163 innings pitched in 10 innings, a 2-1 win. Came back today and shut out JAX State. Final line on Escobar, 5 innings pitched, only 2 hits given up, no walks and 9 strikeouts. She gets the win. Jalea Holmes takes the loss, 2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 4 runs, 2 of them earned. 4 walks, 3 strikeouts for Holmes. Portillo came in relief, only pitched a 1/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, all earned, 1 walk. Kat Carter, she actually gave up the grand slam to Savannah Woodard, but only one of the runners in that scenario was hers, and that's Woodard. So 1 hit, 1 run, 1 earned run. A couple of strikeouts, no walks for Kat Carter in relief. She got the win yesterday against the Flames and pitched really well. They came back with Holmes today. The Flames were able to jump out, score 2 runs in the first. They got 1 in the second, 5 in the third. They were able to close it down in 5 innings with a run rule victory, 8-0. Mentioned Savannah Woodard's grand slam homer. She was 2 for 2 on the day, scored a couple of runs. Savannah Jessie, also 2 for 2, scored a run. Our Thompson Brooks Insurance players of the game will be Elena Escobar. We'll say not so much player of the game, we'll say players of the tournament. Elena Escobar, who was the MVP, and Paige Dorr, who played so well offensively and in left field. Made some great catches throughout the course of the week. We'll talk to them coming up here in just a little bit, as well as head coach Dot Richardson Pinto. Our play of the game from Freedom First Credit Union has to be the grand slam that Woodard hit. Lady Flames taking the championship photo right now with the trophy. Coach Dot Richardson leading the cheers. I want to thank Coca-Cola for sponsoring our post-game show. Coke, taste the feeling. A lot of great sponsors have allowed us to be here. Earlier in the game, we saw KK Madry swipe a base. Good Feet Store sponsors all the stolen bases. You got to have good feet to steal a base. You can find their nearest store at goodfeet.com. We didn't get to the 5th inning stretch. We do want to thank Carl Miller and his realty team. You can find out more at carlmillerrealty.com, Carl with a K. And a reminder that there's obviously more softball to be played, but there's actually some baseball to be played on Liberty's campus for the Conference USA Baseball Championship. Worthington Field will host it from May 21st to the 25th. You can see up to 15 games. All session passes are on sale now. Get yours at libertyflames.com/CUSA baseball. I want to thank Alcova Mortgage for sponsoring our keys to the game. Century Exteriors with the starting lineups. Relevant Law, the first pitch, Foster Fuels, Who's Hot, and our out-of-town scoreboard. built by Frank Good Builders. We'll take another look at that here in just a moment. And our in-game box scores, Carter Bank and Trust, and those stats that we brought to you a minute ago, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair. Again, Liberty with an 8-0 win over JAX State to claim back-to-back Conference USA titles. Liberty moves on to the NCAA Regionals next week, and we'll find out tomorrow night where that is. We'll take one more break, and when we come back, we'll finish up the post-game show. There's still celebrations going on, a lot of pictures being taken, and we'll get a chance to talk to our players of the game as well as Coach Dot Richardson Pinto here in just a bit. Again, Liberty beats JAX State 8-0 here for the Conference USA title in Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Are your feet preventing you from living life? Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton, and you may have heard my good feet story, how I love my arch supports so much that I bought the store. Since then, thousands of customers have found relief from foot, knee, and back pain. I love to hear their stories of walking, running, and just enjoying their new life pain-free. Don't let foot, knee, or back pain keep you from living the life you love. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
Lynchburg Nissan is jumping into March Madness with full court press savings. Right now, save $6,100 off MSRP. Lock in rates as low as 2.39% and get up to 130% of fair KBB value for your trade. And because we believe in driving with confidence, every new Nissan comes with our 1,000,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's peace of mind for the road ahead. Don't miss these slam dunk deals. Visit Lynchburg Nissan today or shop online anytime at lynchburgnissan.com. Home of the 1,000,000-mile warranty.
Flames Nation, this is Liberty softball head coach and proud Flames Club member, Dot Richardson. I want to take this opportunity to invite you to join me in supporting Liberty Athletics' mission to train champions for Christ on and off the field. Your support directly impacts our student athletes and is a valuable part of our team. Membership starts at just $75 and comes with great benefits like access to premium seating, hospitality, and parking privileges. Join today. Visit libertyflamesclub.org.
Owned and operated by a Liberty alum, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair offers complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord. And coming soon, Larry's Tire will expand to a new service center in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
The game is over, but we're still talking Flames softball. You're listening to the Coca-Cola postgame show on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Welcome back in. Lady Flames get the victory, 8-0 over JAX State, and take the Conference USA Championship back-to-back titles for the Lady Flames. And we're now joined by Paige Dorr. Paige, everything just seemed to be clicking this afternoon. You couldn't say the same thing yesterday. Yesterday was a grind. You guys lost the first game and then had to battle into the night to win in 10 innings against La Tech. What made today look so easy?
We had a bit of a chip on our shoulder. We had stuff to prove today. We were not going down without a fight, and you saw that in the 10 innings yesterday. And then today we were going to give it our all because we're going to leave it on the field.
Well, we saw that for you yesterday. Well, all throughout the tournament. I mean, you had offensively a great tournament. I think it was end up 7 RBIs, making some diving catches out in the outfield as well. For those that maybe haven't followed the team yet, maybe this is their first time that they're getting to see you guys. How would you describe your game?
Honestly, I'm just trying to play for the person next to me. We're trying to play for our seniors. You know, I'm new, so I've never won a championship, but to go back to back is pretty cool for everybody, and just put respect on Liberty's name, to be honest.
But I think hustle. I mean, I'm not trying to embarrass you, but I mean, you're out there giving it 100% every play. Even if you can't get to the ball, you're usually diving after it anyway. You've made some pretty, nice swan dives out in left field. But that's the case with this entire team. And you see when somebody's down, somebody else picks them up, and everybody, I don't think there's a person on the team that didn't give 110% during this series.
Very, very selfless bowl. It was very fun.
Now let's talk about the star, I think, who's going to be here in just
Elena.
a second, Elena Escobar. You're out there in left field, and you're just watching her just mow down 6 straight hitters.
Yeah.
That's got to be a fun couple of innings.
Yeah, and every single one just got more and more electric, and the vibe was just absolutely incredible. And I'm so proud of her. She mowed them down. It was incredible to watch.
After 163 pitches last night, she comes right back, and you look like she hadn't pitched in a week.
That doesn't even faze her.
What's your approach when you're hitting? Because we saw you've come up in some kind of tense situations. How do you kind of, wash out all of the distractions and the crowd and the umpires and all that kind of stuff and just hit the ball?
I've really been focusing on my breathing and saying a prayer right before I get in the box and just trying to calm myself down and remind myself that it's just a yellow ball. I'm just trying to hit the yellow ball with a round bat. That's it.
You came into an interesting spot because last year KK was in left, Roop was still in right, and Mary Claire Wilson, who was another one that was all over the field making crazy catches. So you come into an outfield that has a reputation of being very good defensively. Did you feel any pressure early on? Because you certainly looked like you fit in.
I for sure felt like, not pressure, but a standard that I was very proud to step into and be a part of. And they pushed me we practice all day together and laugh and have fun, but we also pushed each other to our limits in the best way. And so I think as us three, we're very, very close and very tight, and it's just one unit out there.
Where would you want to go?
What?
NCAA regionals. Where
I
do you
don't
want
care.
to go?
Put me anywhere. Put me anywhere.
Do you follow any of that stuff? Do
Nope.
you watch the projections? Oh, you might be at Duke.
Yeah.
You might be at Tennessee. Stuff like that.
Yeah, but I don't think it matters. We still have to show up the same way. So honestly, put us wherever, and we're going to show up and we're going to play like this.
And you guys have played a schedule this year. You've played most of these teams. A lot of the teams that you might end up facing off in the regional. So, been there, done that.
And we're hot right now. Elena's shoving, and our bats are on fire. So 1 through 9. So.
Congratulations on the all-tournament team.
Thank you.
That's a nice little piece of hardware for the mantle. You'll enjoy that for sure. And we'll see you wherever the road leads in the NCAA regionals.
Thank you. Go Flames.
That was Paige Dorr. As Paige exits stage left, we'll bring Elena Escobar in, the MVP of the Conference USA tournament. Elena, almost felt bad making you come back up, but when you pitch 163 times last night, you come out, you get a 8-0 shutout in today's game with just 9 strikeouts in 5 innings. We had to, unfortunately, bring you back up the stairs. We're for those that don't know, we're on top of the press box, so you have to actually climb up some pretty steep stairs. You've got the boot on, and so it's not the easiest trek up, but I guess right now you're probably feeling absolutely no pain.
I wish.
Oh, no.
I would say in the game I wasn't really thinking about it, but after the game is when it's really bad. So I'm in a moderate amount of pain, but I enjoy these interviews, so it's worth the climb.
Well, I appreciate that. And I know all of Flames Nation does as well. They love to hear from you guys, and especially after gutsy performances. After last night, I think anybody would have completely been okay and expected if you would have said, that's all I got. I can't go tomorrow. 10 innings. I'm already injured. It's been a rough couple of months with trying to battle through it. They would have nobody would have been upset at you if you'd have said, I can't go today. What motivated you to get back out there in the circle?
I am really hard-headed. I love pitching, and I feel like any amount of pain is worth this experience that I get to live. So Coach Fagan actually texted me last night and asked how I was feeling. I was like, my Achilles only hurts when I walk, and I don't have to walk to pitch. So as long as I don't have to do a sprint, I'm fine. Even then, I'm just willing to push through honestly any amount of pain to be able to play with my teammates. So I told her last night, I was like, I'm good. I got treatment.
Well, it's funny because I know they were watching you when you threw the 6 straight strikeouts between the first inning and the second inning. So the outfielders, the infielders, they could just kind of sit there and watch, and everybody in the dugout could kind of just enjoy the Escobar show. But then you got to go in the dugout and enjoy the Flames bats because they put on a show as well, especially that grand slam by Savannah Woodard. What was going through your mind when you saw that fly out of here?
I thought, go Rumi, 'cause she's my roommate. She's amazing. I love watching her play, and I love watching all of them play, and it's really hard for a pitcher to come out here and shut us out twice because Sammy is absolutely amazing, and they're absolutely amazing. They watch so much film. They have such a good approach at the plate. They're constantly learning and making in-bat adjustments. So I knew that we would come out here and do exactly what we did today and just score. And our biggest goal was score early, which is exactly what they did.
When you're in the dugout and there's a little bit of a rally going, are you the type that you kind of are over to yourself, you're just focused on the next thing you've got to do, or are you the biggest cheerleader in the middle of the pack?
I'm kind of in the middle. Early in the season, I really don't like when people are talking to me in the middle of the game because I feel like it distracts me. So I used to go sit in the bullpen, but I just love being a part of the cheering and being with my teammates. So I kind of sit in a corner, but I'm also watching the game and cheering. And my teammates kind of know to like not talk to me anymore. So I'm like cheering and I'm loud, but I'm also like in my own space.
That's a pretty good, in
Yeah.
between. That's not bad. Well, I asked Paige, and she really didn't have a preference. Do you have any preference on where you go in the regionals?
I'm hoping for Clemson.
Okay.
Because it's just an environment like no other, and they're a great team, and I think that it would be a really good game. We also played them last season, early in the season in Florida, and we didn't have the best performance, so it'd be nice to go there and play like we are now and get a little redemption going.
Well, let's hope that works out. That'd also be good because it's driving distance. A lot of fans could get to the game, and you guys have a lot of, well, I mean, it would be actually closer for some of the parents to get to Clemson than it is even from Lynchburg. So we'll see. You just never know with the NCAA. You could be back at UCLA, or you could be at Virginia Tech, an hour and a half down the road. You never know.
I know.
Well, outstanding, and congratulations on the MVP award. It was definitely earned. Between last night and today, they should have given you 2 MVP awards because you battled through it for sure. Go continue celebrating this with your team. Be careful down the stairs.
I will.
And we'll see you tomorrow night when we find out where the next game is.
Thank you so much.
That was Elena Escobar, our Thompson Brooks Insurance Player of the Game and the MVP of the Conference USA Tournament. We're going to get Coach Dot Richardson up here in just a minute. As I look out on the field, there's still a lot of pictures being taken. Dot is with Paige Dorr and KK Madry, Rachel Roop taking a picture with the trophy right now. Also see so many of the parents out there as well. And we're going to take a break because I think I might need to help Elena down the stairs. She really does have trouble with that boot being able to get in. So we'll have one extra break, and we'll finish up the post-game show right after this. Here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network, Lady Flames beat JAX State 8-0 to win the Conference USA title.
Are your feet preventing you from living life? Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton, and you may have heard my good feet story, how I love my arch support so much that I bought the store. Since then, thousands of customers have found relief from foot, knee, and back pain. I love to hear their stories of walking, running, and just enjoying their new life pain-free. Don't let foot, knee, or back pain keep you from living the life you love. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
Lynchburg Nissan is jumping into March Madness with full court press savings. Right now, save $6,100 off MSRP. Lock in rates as low as 2.39% and get up to 130% of fair KBB value for your trade. And because we believe in driving with confidence, every new Nissan comes with our 1,000,000-mile powertrain warranty. That's peace of mind for the road ahead. Don't miss these slam dunk deals. Visit Lynchburg Nissan today or shop online anytime at lynchburgnissan.com. Home of the 1,000,000-mile warranty.
Flames Nation, this is Liberty softball head coach and proud Flames Club member, Dot Richardson. I want to take this opportunity to invite you to join me in supporting Liberty Athletics' mission to train champions for Christ on and off the field. Your support directly impacts our student athletes and is a valuable part of our team. Membership starts at just $75 and comes with great benefits like access to premium seating, hospitality, and parking privileges. Join today. Visit libertyflamesclub.org.
Owned and operated by a Liberty alum, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair offers complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord. And coming soon, Larry's Tire will expand to a new service center in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
The game is over, but we're still talking Flames softball. You're listening to the Coca-Cola postgame show on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Welcome back into WKU Softball Complex here in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Liberty with an 8-0 win in 5 innings over JAX State to take their 2nd consecutive Conference USA title. Dot Richardson is making her way up to the press box. We'll get a chance to talk to her in just a minute. This is the 7th overall conference championship for Liberty between the Big South, ASUN, and now CUSA days. Gives us a chance to maybe say a couple more quick hellos and thank yous for everybody who tuned in. A ton of folks still watching on Facebook and YouTube and have been throughout the course of the day. Trying to remember where we left off last. Somewhere around the 20th person here. Let's see. Roxy in Delaware listening in. Karen was listening in while she was leaving Lynchburg in town for commencement. Laura's in Newmarket, Maryland. Say hi to Laura. Williams in Rocky Mount. Amber Gregory in Houston. Linda's in Lynchburg. Dan's in Knoxville. Got folks from all over the place as Coach Dot puts on the headset.
Hi, everybody.
I tell you.
Wow, love it.
What a scene. And we still look out and there's still hugs and celebrations and pictures taken. Everybody's got the hats on. You've got the championship shirt on. And what a game. Before we can't go anywhere without talking about your starting pitcher. She is an absolute. If you look up warrior in the dictionary, there is a picture of Elena Escobar right now.
Yeah, I tell you, so competitive, loves to compete at the highest level. She turns it on when it needs to be turned on, right? And it was so great because you saw her last night in the 10-inning game. We had to throw her. We were hoping to rest her a little bit because of the nagging injury she has. And she just battled and threw even harder in that 10-inning game, and we came back to win against a really good team, La Tech, and they're highly ranked, you know, in the RPI. So anyway, it was a great victory and just poured it into today. But, you know, Jamie, I think that we needed to go through yesterday. You know, it was kind of like there was a lull the first game that we lost against Jacksonville State. And, you know, you just can't show up. I mean, you have to show up and compete. And I tell you, the La Tech game was so thrilling.
It was.
It was so exciting, and our players started to, the juices, right, the spirit of competitiveness just started to rise up. And I was so proud of that. That's why we play the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bring your best. We want to bring our best and see who's better today.
I saw multiple people say last night, that's the best softball game I've ever seen, period, in my life, you know, and it did have so much drama.
Everything.
Replay reviews, coaches getting thrown out. I mean, you know, diving catches to keep the game alive, leaving early, you know, just things that you don't see. And it was quite thrilling. It was hard to be able to kind of, what's the encore to that? Well, the encore to that today is coming out and just lighting it up.
And dominating,
winning 8-0.
It really was. I don't know how many strikeouts he had.
She had 9.
Yeah. I mean, and that was in 5 innings. So,
And the 5 innings is huge, too, because of all the pitches that she had, to be able to not have to throw 7 was great looking forward. Because you still got some big games ahead.
I didn't even think about that, but that was nice. You know, I just knew as we kept going on last night of this is not good for E, but we need her. You know, if we lost that game, we're out. And with the selection show, you just don't know. So now we have an automatic bid to regionals.
We're not sure where we're going to go, but stay tuned, everyone. I believe it's ESPN at 7 o'clock, I think the selection show is. And we'll be in the nest at Liberty University. We are so blessed. Facilities, just administration, the faculty that's at Liberty, the mission of training champions for Christ, and just my coaching staff, you guys. I hope you talk about them. Coach Sammy with hitting. She's been doing a phenomenal job. Look at the batting averages all season. Our RPI, you guys, was, 27 or something like that? And we're not playing, just anybody. We're playing competitive teams and getting it done. And Sammy's been doing an awesome job. In pitching, you got to go to, Coach Fagan Graham, Casey and Emily Kirby, Nagel, and all these. They all have gotten married recently. So even Sammy Harmon, her husband, is here, and their little dog, right, little Winston. But, our new director of ops, Haley Sampson, as well. We're so blessed. Jordan, I can go on and on, you guys. And when you surround yourself with like-minded people who their life is centered around the Lord and serving, we have such a servant heart. Our head manager, Caleb, Carr, we got Kenny and got Kyle and Emma and Maddie and Ben, and I can go on and on. And I just hope every staff is as blessed as we are. And it takes a big team. It's a lot of work, you guys. It's a lot of work. But it's so fun when you're serving others through a passion you have, which is the sport of softball right here.
I would be remiss if I didn't give you a chance to talk about the victory that happened even before the tournament began. I know some people have probably already seen it on social media, but there could be some out there that haven't heard that story. What a great story.
Well, it's a victory in Jesus. God is calling us. He's calling. As you dive into his word, it's inerrant, infallible, and inspired word of God. God cannot lie. He's so holy. And if people are listening and don't know what I'm talking about, I challenge you, because God wants you to challenge him and get to know him. And, there's no doubt, you can follow through. God exists. We know it. There's design in the world. You need a designer. There's creation in the world. You need a creator. I can go on and on of the evidence for, God the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. And he was moving in such a way before this conference, you guys, that Jacksonville State, a player, Ella Pate, approached me the first night we got here and asked if I would baptize her and a couple of her teammates. And I've never baptized anyone before. And, of course, I've been baptized. And, I've seen a lot of baptisms, but here I was asked to do it. So God is asking you to do it. And I, without hesitation, said, okay, I'm all in. And then I was like, oh, my gosh, what am I going to do? God, just give me the words and give me the assistance you need me to have. And the word spread. And, in fact, at our head coaches meeting, the head coach for La Tech was like, what is this about baptisms, tonight? And I said, yeah, how did you hear? Well, some of our kids are friends with some of the ones who want to get baptized. And I said, they're more than welcome. It'd be great. And you guys, it's like, my thought was, I want to make sure that people, you're not saved through baptism. Baptism is when you proclaim your faith in Jesus Christ, that he is your Lord and Savior, knowing, and evidence has showed it in history, you guys, that he was buried. He died on the cross. He gave his life up and was buried for 3 days and rose as prophesied and told that would happen. And he even said so as well. He said, just as Jonah was in the big fish for 3 days and 3 nights, so must the Son of Man, the Son of God, be in the heart of the earth for 3 days and 3 nights. And then he rose, and he was seen by over 500 different people as he resurrected. And he demonstrated in his life how to live a purposeful and a blessed life, and perfect. And he was baptized himself. And it was interesting because when John the Baptist baptized Jesus, John was like, how can I be worthy of baptizing you? I can't even tie your sandals, and Jesus said, no, it must be done this way. It's an example for us to be immersed down, buried under the water in the likeness of his death, and raised up in the likeness of his resurrection and new life, and that commitment to give your life to the Lord. So you guys, I thought it was going to be maybe 2, 3, 4, and then some of our players wanted to get baptized. When we were done, 26 baptisms. And as I was walking into the pool at the hotel, there was a pastor, Pastor Greg Farrell, and he
I never met him before, and he had said, I heard about the baptisms. How does the Holy Spirit work? And I said, jump in the water with me. And guess what? We baptized 26 of players from every team, almost every team. New Mexico State didn't get the word of it, and I feel bad about that, but I didn't spread the word because I wasn't –
right.
I thought there'd be 3 or 4, right, of us.
Right.
But God had other plans. So I'm glad you asked about it. You can see it. If you look at Liberty softball Instagram, I didn't realize that they were going to film it. And Liberty had their social media and film team here.
There were about 60 people packed in the pool.
60, exactly. It was like, I'm so humbled and chilled with the feeling of the Holy Spirit moving and calling his people and calling those that don't know Jesus yet. And I say that Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life, and no one gets to the Father except through me. So either Jesus, who he says he is, fulfilling all 300 prophecies of the Messiah, or he's a fraud, or he's a fake. So guess what? He's not a fraud or a fake. He's lived it out, and he's fulfilled all the prophecies, and there's some more prophecies coming, and we're living in biblical times, Jamie. It's so awesome. I'm just so on fire that so many people are so on fire for the Lord, you guys. Jesus Christ paid it all for our sins, and we're forgiven if we just accept him into our heart. And the Holy Spirit is immediately in us when we do accept him, right? That is amazing.
What a beautiful start to the tournament that was. And then as far as...
And for any team to beat us, for Jacksonville
State
State to beat us that first game, and they just committing themselves to proclaim their faith in Jesus Christ. And we're just all humbled by it. And for everyone listening, it's not just about softball. When you look at our team, they have learned, and we have learned, don't worship the sport of softball. Let softball be your worship back to the Lord, because he's given you the gifts to do it, to play it. Just go freedom of just playing the game. And I don't know how far he's going to take us, in regionals and hopefully beyond, doing something Liberty softball has never done before. But whatever it is, you just trust him. He's faithful, and he's got a calling on our hearts and our lives.
I don't think there's any better way to end the broadcast than that. Congratulations, Coach, on another championship.
Thank
and
you
we'll
so
see
much.
you wherever the regionals may lead.
Hey, where he calls, we're going to go. And thank you guys for following us. It's just amazing to be a part of a university committed to training champions for Christ, and for seek the answers to the questions that you have, because we're born and we're going to die. The question is, where are you going to go after death? And why do we have to die? The Bible tells us all of that. We choose ourselves to be God a lot, right? We have we're selfishness. We're all sinners and fall short of the glory of God. But once when you have Christ in you, the Holy Spirit's just flowing, you start caring a lot more about other people, right?
And your team certainly cares about each other. We saw that literally and figuratively picking each other up over the course of the week. And I know that's the MO of this program.
Yeah.
Congratulations again.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the show, and it's going to keep going. And it is a show. We're on a platform to play a sport we love, you guys, for the love of the game. Flames Nation, thank you guys so much. I hope we have earned some more fans. We're going to just keep doing what we're born to do, and it's fun to do it. So thank you, Lord, and thank all of you for watching. God bless each and every one of you, and go Flames!
There you go. Head coach Dot Richardson Pinto. Lady Flames get an 8-0 victory over JAX State, claim their second straight Conference USA title. That's going to be it for us. I want to thank Joe Carmany for his help on the broadcast. Coach Dot and your team, always so willing and available to come on and talk with us. We appreciate that. Nick Pierce and Alan York for their work from afar to help get these broadcasts on, and Louis James and the engineering crew for their technical support as well, and also WKU for their hospitality this week. We certainly appreciate that as well. Until we talk again after the Lady Flames, we'll find out tomorrow night at 7 o'clock on ESPN where they play in regionals. We'll be there with them, whether that be Blacksburg or L.A. again.
You never know.
We'll be there. Thanks for tuning in, and until we talk next week, this is Jamie Hall saying so long and God bless.
Thanks for listening to live coverage of Liberty University softball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. This broadcast of Liberty softball has been brought to you by Joe Yock with Alcova Mortgage, showing you the way home. By Aqua Pros, pools, hot tubs, and heart. Carillion Clinic, inspiring better health. By Carter Bank, life lived full. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. Crossroads Family Dentistry. Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. By 11 West. First Bank and Trust, the bank that puts you first. Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Frank Good Builders. Freedom First Credit Union, where people bank for good. Gentry Lock Attorneys. The Good Feet Store. By Haley's Appliance and Outdoor. Liberty Softball has also been brought to you by Ironclad Coffee Roasters, the finest hand-picked specialty coffees from around the world. Serving you at Candler Station in Lynchburg. Jason Porter with Legacy Realty and Development. Larry's Tire and Auto Repair. Expect the best service, prices, and care. By Carl Miller Realty. Caring, competent, trusted advisors. The Liberty Bookstore, the official online store of Liberty Athletics. Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Peary Family Dentistry. Century Exteriors, providing roofing, gutters, windows, and home remodeling. Visit them at centuryexteriors.com. By Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. Learn more at segra.com. And by Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow. The general manager of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner is Justin Metzger. Network director Alan York. Coordinating producers Kyle Sykes and Nick Pierce. I'm staff announcer Jeff Lawrence with a special thanks to Liberty University Athletics Director Ian McCaw, Senior Associate Athletics Director Robert Goodman, and Assistant Strategic Communications Director Joe Carmany. Liberty Flames Softball is an exclusive presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.